All right, so there's three constants in this life: death, taxes, and the Dallas Cowboys prolonging contract negotiations through the entirety of training camp before getting a deal done right before week one. We're seeing that same scenario play out again, as Micah Parsons requested a trade from the Dallas Cowboys last Friday. He posted a lengthy notes app message on Twitter or X, pretty much detailing that he's requesting a trade from the Cowboys and thanking Dallas and the Cowboys and fans for the support these past several years. And when you look at this note, naturally you say to yourself, there's no way that guy is ever going to wear a star on his helmet ever again. And naturally, that sparked the conversation of, well, what are potential landing spots for Micah? What are potential destinations, new teams for him to go to? Well, by having that conversation, we're essentially putting the cart before the horse, because we've got to realize something here. The Cowboys still have the majority of the leverage in this situation. Micah Parsons is still under contract. He's still on the books this year for $24 million as part of his fifth-year option. That's he'll get paid in 2025. And the Cowboys still have the ability to franchise him, not once, but twice. Not insinuating that that's going to happen, but they have that ability. So, right now, in this situation, Micah Parsons has one of two choices. He can either sit training camp out, sit out games, and risk losing money, game checks, and his value, his monetary value as a player overall, because he's not producing. Or he can play. He can play out of his minds and put the ball in his court, gain leverage based off of those statistics, based off that production, to get paid even more next year. He can request a trade, but the Cowboys have no obligation at all to honor it because he's still under contract. However, those are all extremes, and I don't think it's even going to get to that point. I'm going to explain why I think a deal gets done here. Right now, as it stands, the communication between the Dallas Cowboys, Micah Parsons' agent, David Mulligetta, and his camp, they've been slow, fragmented, kind of strains, inconsistent, and I'm not here at all to speculate which side is more responsible for that, but that's the reality of the situation, and that's why the talks have gotten so long, and both sides are starting to get frustrating. However, the NFL is a business. These are part of the hurdles that you go through in negotiations at this time of year, and somehow, in some way, most of the time, it always ends up figuring itself out. Let's turn the clock back to early February, where the same exact situation happened up in Cleveland, Ohio. When Myles Garrett requested a trade, and those were the talks afterwards, that was the narrative. Where's he going to end up? Don't let him go to Philly. Don't let him go to Baltimore. He was never going to any of those places anyway, because Cleveland was working on a deal. It just hadn't gotten done yet. It was a chess move by Myles Garrett, just like this is a chess move by Micah Parsons. It's all strategic. It's what you do in the situation, and then you eventually meet your agreement. 30-something days later, Myles Garrett was paid 4 years, $160 million, a new contract extension. He's making $40 million a year, and everybody lives on happily ever after. So all requesting a trade is a tactic. When you're under contract, the organization has no obligation to trade you. It just puts a little bit of urgency on the opposing camp, on the organization, and threatens them to get a deal done, essentially. It's tit for tat here. We also have to take into consideration that the Cowboys do this every single year. It happened last year with CeeDee Lamb. The contract negotiations went on all throughout the offseason. You know, you go on Cowboys social media posts, and you see all the Cowboys fans commenting, pay CD, I'm not going to a game until CD is paid. And Everybody freaks out like, are we not going to have CeeDee Lamb this year? Are we not going to have Micah Parsons this year? You are. The deal is going to get done. This is what the Cowboys do every single year to drum up attention, to gain attention, get people talking about them, stir up drama. It's the ultimate gaslighting tactic because they get everybody all fired up. They get fans, media, all worked up, talking, freaking out. When at the end of the day, the deal is going to get done. They just wait until training camp gets done. They wait until preseason gets done. It'll be like a week before the Eagles game. Or maybe even less than that. Maybe even closer to the Eagles game than that. And Micah Parsons receives his contract extension. A deal is going to get done. He's going to get paid in the ballpark of $41 million a year to match TJ Watt and Myles Garrett. It's going to happen. He'll be one of the highest paid edge rushers in the NFL. This is just the Jerry Jones Cowboys tactic that we see every year. It's all about attention. It's all about drama. It's all about getting people to talk about the Cowboys brands and get the brands immersed in sports media around the country. And then the deal gets done. So, Cowboys fans out there, I know you're kind of freaking out right now. I'm in Fort Worth right now. So, I was out this weekend. I was hearing all the conversations, talking with people about it. Fear not. Micah Parsons will be a Cowboy this year. And he will be playing for the Dallas Cowboys on Week 1 in Philly on Thursday Night Football. Book it. Let me know what y'all think about this take in the comment section below. Thank y'all for watching. Have a great day.